reset.
This man. Hey, you might as well just go, man. Oh my goodness.
Welcome back to Dotline Gaming. This is Gemini Punch here with multi-title 6.
What's going on, man?
Mechanatu. Once again, but today we'll be discussing Microsoft's presence at E3 because it was outstanding.
Oh, hey, look. If you're going to come at the king, you got to come correct. You going to come at the king, don't miss. I mean, I'm not saying this is the best thing ever, but if you're going to have a press conference, you're going to make it look good. You're going to have the nice 4K TVs since your system runs 4K. And you just need to make it entertainment because at the end of the day, you're trying to entertain people.
It
was beautiful. It looked nice. It looked great.
The most excited I've ever been.
Yeah.
For E3 in a very, very long time.
Yeah,
best Microsoft conference in at least the last 5 years.
I think you give it that.
Like, I don't remember being so hyped, and it wasn't perfect. The first couple of games they showed,
like the first half,
almost like the first half, but it was like the first 5 games. You know, Forza, it's the mainstays, the perennial stuff that you knew was gonna be there.
They stick with it.
It kind of felt like, oh man, okay, it's gonna be another press conference. Yeah, just another year, usual. Another E3, another press conference. So we'll find something we like, and then it's like, okay.
Right, because there's plenty of things though that we're gonna discuss, but just overall though,
no cringe moments either.
No cringe moments.
They made it through no cringe moments.
We didn't have a oh yeah, I got my man Jacob with me. Hey, what's up, man?
Man. None of the awe. So
none of that. Awe.
So we feel bad for that guy. We're sorry, but you know he'll be okay.
He'll be fine. He's a YouTuber. He got invited out there, doing better than us. Yes.
First thing we want to discuss is the monster.
Oh my god.
We want to discuss the 6 teraflops,
12 gigs of RAM,
$4.99,
fast and low time. We want to talk about all that. So
all of it.
Now it will now be addressed as the Xbox One X.
Kind of a tongue twister.
Yeah, kind of a tongue twister. Try to say it 3 times fast. The Xbox One X. So we finally got to see what games can be ran on it. We finally got to see what it looks like. We finally got to see the engines of the different games, and we finally got to get a immersive look.
It was so much diversity. I mean, they actually said it. They said they were going to do diversity, but they meant it.
Yeah, because with the system itself, though, it basically, it lived up to what it said. I'm not gonna lie. When I looked at the graphics of, like, say, the Forza always looks good.
Always looks good.
Forza always looks beautiful, pictures. Always looks sleek, always looks clean. But this time, it may not, like, it was even a bump up for Forza, which is kind of crazy.
Which is really, it's very crazy. The game's been looking good since 2006.
Right, that boy's been, it always looks very, very realistic. But this time it wasn't just Forza. We'll get into the other games, but Forza in particular, like the first game they showed, it looked even better than ever. So, like we wanted to talk about, the system will be released on November 7th.
Yes.
Okay, November 7th of this year.
That's pretty close.
It's not that far away. It's
trade in your Xboxes.
Right.
They're probably going to have something like that for you to get a discount on it.
Get a bigger increase on trading Xboxes.
And I know visually, like when you look at it, like my first impression when I first seen it, like it was sleek, don't get me wrong, but it still looked like the Xbox One.
It was like, oh nice, the Xbox looks like an Xbox.
Right, it looks like the Xbox One. I was like, this looks just like the Xbox One. But then when I took a second look at it and I seen the controller and I seen like the comparison between the controller and the system itself, because if you didn't know, this is the smallest Xbox ever.
It's like smallest, the PlayStation 2 Slim.
It's like
something like that.
Whatever, any
small.
Xbox family is the smallest one ever.
It's the smallest one ever, which is kind of hard to think about because most of the Xboxes until maybe like the 360 came out and it was like the little refurbished version were all pretty bulky. They're all pretty big. And they always had the second version like the Slim that would make it a little bit more sleek, a little bit more appealing.
They were all curl weight, all 20 to 25 pounds.
Yeah.
Out there repping them.
You always had the little, that little block, power block that everybody would talk about for the Xbox. They hated having the total round, the power block, which I get. But the system itself is smaller now, which is, I think, is a very good improvement.
I kind of feel like the more they were talking about it, I kind of felt like it was. I think it's going to look a little bit bigger than the Wii U.
Right.
So it's going to probably be a little bit bigger than that, but not much bigger.
You may not even be able to fit 2 controllers on top of it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how small we're talking.
It's very small.
That's how small. She don't care how big. She don't care. She
likes
stop
it.
Stop. So anyway. Another thing we want to discuss is the bandwidth. You know, they said the overall loading times of it will be much quicker. Well, I don't want to say much quicker. They just said quick.
It will be quicker.
They said it'll be quicker, which is always a plus, you know, because they basically kept emphasizing the fact that everything will run best on the Xbox One X. On our other Xboxes, it will run great.
They always did their best to reassure
Xbox One X.
Yeah, they wanted to reassure everybody that was listening that even if you have the old systems, it's going to run fine, but it's going to run the best on the Xbox X.
See, it's the X that you want in your life.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
No.
Sign me Microsoft.
No.
Come to me Microsoft.
No, man. So yeah, definitely. We already know about the 4K gaming. That's what it's bringing. But my overall impression of it was very, very. It didn't disappoint. Like everything they brought up and all the way they talked about it, I can understand why they talked about it that way now because it's shown up. And we'll get more into what games we've seen and like the graphics of those games.
Because every game felt like it was after when it started going, it felt like it didn't stop.
Right. It was like continuously building momentum, presenting more games, more variety, and they all looked good, or most of them, I should say, looked good. And a couple of them piqued my interest. And we'll talk about those later. Obviously.
Yeah, 42 games, 22 exclusive. That's a good.
That's nice.
And when I heard that, I'm just like, they're probably going to be a lot like a platformer or something that doesn't look really good. Or
right, a lot of indie
that doesn't
games.
really look, different and doesn't want to make me play it. But it was legit. It was legit. I have to fold my hand. It was legit.
So, now, let's get into some of the games. Like we just mentioned, we already talked about Forza, how it looks. We personally don't really have much interest in that game.
Yes.
Because it's basically like a driving simulator.
We're messing with that Need for Speed, though.
Yeah, Need for Speed looks good. But the driving sim of that, we're not too into those games. But it still looked good. It still looked like it ran
We can
smooth.
appreciate how good it looks.
We can definitely appreciate how good it looks. Another game that was mentioned. Now, this one was more interesting for me personally. Metro Exodus.
Yes, it looks
hype.
Clean.
It looks hype, man.
Clean.
Yes, it did look clean.
They was out there.
The environment, like whatever they were shooting, it looked like a wolf almost, but like
just some demon like skin,
right?
Like,
some
hairless wolf,
skinwalker, or something
it was
like
tragic.
that. But it looked the way, like I love the gun, how it looked. It almost looked like it was engineered piece by piece by the character. So I like that look of the gun. The aesthetic of the overall game was really nice, and like the urgency the character had to keep moving and to get out of whatever the situation was in like that little almost like basement area was very, very like immersive, and the graphics really did. Like the Xbox One X was literally behind every game, just showing, hey, this is how it's gonna look.
Was
it kind of like the Resident Evil? How you got into Resident Evil, you felt like you were truly playing that game.
Right, you felt very immersed.
And it was in engine, so it wasn't actual gameplay. But the fact of the matter is, some of it looked just like if I was on the controller walking down that alley. Yeah, it looked just like we're holding the crossbow.
The details are amazing for that game, and it just looks very, very interesting.
So the Dragon Ball Z, all I know is Arc Systems making it 2.5D. This game's looking good to me. I need to play this.
Frames, fighting moves, actual.
It's a legitimate fighting game with characters that people are going to care about a lot more. Like, not saying Guilty Gear doesn't have its fan base, because that's the people who are developing this game from Arc System Works. But it's just it's a lot of the reason why Injustice is so popular. It's because there's superheroes, Superman versus Batman, Aquaman, Wonder Woman.
Characters you
grew up with, you cared about, that aren't just out of the blue. So I'm very excited for this Dragon Ball Z.
I think we're all very excited. It is about to be cold.
Yeah.
That man Goku blew off the face of the planet at the end.
And I got a rank system. So another one that caught our eye was Cuphead, which is caught everybody eye about what?
2 years
Two,
ago.
3 years ago.
On hiatus for
2 or 3 years ago.
I just know when we
It's
saw it,
finally
we wanted to play it, and it never came out. It never came
Hit
out.
us with that Scalebound.
Yeah,
Still
man.
waiting on it.
Yeah.
Ashen looked good.
Ashen did look very good. It almost
Ashen
looked
looked
like a Clay
interesting.
Dark Souls almost.
Yeah,
Something like that.
Clay-ish. Multiplayer though looked cool.
I played on Xbox.
And Ori always looked very emotional.
No,
normal.
that trailer had me.
I said that
Sniffle,
trailer
sniffle,
got a
sniffle.
lot
I
of.
mean, I'm not
people in
gonna
the
say there was
feels.
onions, but
Sniffle.
there was
sniffle,
onions
sniffle.
in that room.
Man, they had everybody in their fields, and then the last one, which
The
was
one
really,
that
really cool.
we all need to.
They rolled out the red carpet for this one.
Yeah, the show stealer, in our opinion.
Anthem. It looks like it has literally everything. That kind of almost feels like they looked at Destiny and said, you know what? Let's listen to what Multi's been saying for the last couple years. A third-person Destiny. And they literally made it, and it looks absolutely amazing. Open world. Friend multiplayer. Flying. Iron Man.
You know what this
Simulator.
game reminds me of? Lost Planet.
Lost Planet.
Lost Planet
was
vibes.
actually got a lot of reaction like that.
I think
Especially
that-
Lost
that-
Planet
that
2.
is
Big open world that's multiplayer.
Only Lost Planet was more of a single player
It
experience.
was.
This one is multiplayer. You can do it with your friends. It looks just like how Destiny the alpha was when they showed it at E3 in 2000 what? I think it was 15.
Something like
It
that.
it just looks so
I think it was
good.
I think maybe
You talking about
14.
what?
Regular Destiny.
Oh no, that's 13.
That's
2013
or 14.
Yeah, it just looked. Oh my god! I just cannot wait to get my hands on these games. 2018. That was 2018. It was not early 2018, unfortunately. But
Yeah, we call.
boy, I
We're
cannot.
not disappointed
Boy,
with the
at
overall
all.
E3
I call
conference.
Christmas.
Yes, I am very, very excited for this. For
lot
everything
of great
coming in
games
2018. So
Yeah, so that's pretty much where we're going to end the video, guys. Let us know what you were most excited for during the E3 press conference for Microsoft. And we will see you guys in the next one. This is Gemini Punch signing off.
all right, catch y'all later. This Multi.
Mac.
And see ya. Like, share, and subscribe.
Sell out.